Hey YouTube, what's going on? Junior here, and I'm back again with another reaction video, back again with another viewer request. This one's been a long time coming, and it's the song The Dark Tower of Abyss by the band Rhapsody, or Rhapsody of Fire. I don't know. It's one of the two, and I think the only other song I know from them is Emerald Sword, which is one of the greatest power metal songs of all time. Episode is always sponsored by RuneGate Studio. We're making some big moves. We're planning a big trip for the end of the month. We're making a travel film, so stay tuned for that. I don't know when it'll come out, but we're leaving on the trip soon. Thank you to Guitax de la Gente for the suggestion. 7 months ago, oops, you know, this was a hot minute ago that he requested the song, but it just shows that someday I'll get to all of these requests. So hopefully Guitax de la Gente is still around. If not, oh well, I'm sure somebody will enjoy this video. I'm a little under the weather still. I went to an Amon Amarth concert over the weekend, so I haven't fully recovered from that, but we'll keep on trucking through. It was an amazing experience. I love it. I love this classical vibe. Okay. First of all, that introduction to the song was incredible. It's just so classically inspired. I don't know enough about classical music to tell you like what era it would be. Like, is that Baroque or is that Victorian or whatever era it would be? But definitely not the time period with which you would typically associate fantasy. This is kind of like music that existed within the past millennia as opposed to an age ago. You know what I mean? It makes me think of fancy balls and gowns and ladies and gentlemen. The high court, perhaps you might say. But not in a medieval sense, really. Just high society. Okay. This is why I knew I would like this song. I've only ever heard one song from this band before, and this is already another one of the greatest power metal songs I've ever heard in my life. It's so theatrical, it's so epic, and it's not theatrical in the sense of something like a symphonic metal band would be, where it's also very melodramatic and dark and moody and emotional. This is just the most extreme forms of the forces of good and evil battling within the skies as gods are brought down from the heavens to smash to the surface of the world. Kind of epic. The instrumentation is so well put together because it has the very fast kind of, you know, power metal inspired drums, guitars, and everything, all backed by this symphony orchestral strings section. And every once in a while, the metal instruments will kind of take a pause, let the strings and the vocals take over for a phrase before reintroducing it all back in to great effect. Really emphasizing certain vocal lines, the lyrics, and it's cool because then the tempo slows down a little bit as well, so it just makes it a very dynamic, interesting listening experience. Oh, I think there's some organ in there as well, so I thought I should mention that. Yeah, definitely. They have this whole choir backing to it as well. There's just a lot of elements going on in the song. See, and then they have influences from like Gregorian choirs. Not quite, but you know what I mean. Like just old religious hymns, which of course is reinforced by the fact that I think they have these Latin lines during that choral section. So let's see what they say. Domine detergis nubula caelo, bellator a proposito non deteres. Translates to, "Oh, wipe clouds in the sky, the war did not deter me from my purpose." Which is so epic. I don't know what it means yet, but let's get into it. Spread your wings to dark horizons. Fly where the twilight reigns. Mighty Theros, cross the line of hell. It's so near. Lost in the shadow, I search for my sun. Fly and face it before the new moon, there where chaos rules. Oh, wipe clouds in the sky. The war did not deter me from my purpose. Unholy vision, ancestral terror. Spare my mind, my innocent eyes. So not really a cohesive storyline at this point, just a lot of imagery and ideas being thrown around, invoking that very epic feeling of high fantasy, folklore, legends. I'm not quite sure who the narrator, the protagonist of the song is. It's just a lot of interesting ideas. So let's keep going. Getting cinematic sense here. There's like some harpsichord going on here as well. Some neoclassical.
Suddenly, the unreal silence is broken by a lament. A lament coming up from the deepest, darkest abyss. And from the 7 gates of the dark fortress, the dead come back to life to face him. This is hell.
Another thing that I kind of remember with this band is that they seemed a little ESL. That spoken section was great. Again, the lyrics are not really connecting into like a cohesive picture yet. Maybe that's just something that will come with more listens or more read-throughs. But on the ESL thing, just because he pronounces legend, and their song Emerald Sword, he says Emerald Sword. For a long time, I didn't know what the heck he was saying. Anyways. The spoken word section saying, and suddenly the unreal silence is broken by a lament coming up from the darkest, deepest abyss. Deepest, darkest abyss. And from the 7 gates of the dark fortress, the dead come back to life to face him. This is hell. There's a lot going on, and, maybe there isn't a cohesive A to B narrative going on right now. The song could just be about a setting, a moment in time immortalized forever in song. It could be about a bigger picture kind of look looking at all the different forces at play within a singular conflict. I do love the harmonies as well, or when they kind of layer the vocals. Okay. Ugh. That was Dark Tower of Abyss by Rhapsody. The instrumentation was so multi-layered and complex and so interesting and dynamic throughout, drawing influences from a variety of different genres and time periods that, I don't know, I loved it. I love the classical inspirations, the strings, harpsichords, the organ, and it all just mixed really well with the kind of more traditional power metal. And every once in a while they dip into the neoclassical guitar work, mirroring the violin. I don't know, but honestly, like, my favorite part was the very grand orchestral vibe that kind of was a bit different from the typical symphonic metal fare that you would hear. The vocals went really well over top of this instrumentation, and I think they did a really good job of making space for certain vocal lines where they needed to, and having both the vocals and the instrumentation complement each other. Job well done. I give this song a sick thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, make sure to like it. If you like the channel, make sure to subscribe. Of course, everybody have a great day. I'll see you another day. And yeah, that's probably it for me today, because I still have to go to work and deal with the rest of my life. That'll be it for me today, guys.